Next topic now in solid states is space lattice or crystal lattice. To understand the structure of solid, we need to understand first of all what is a crystal lattice. Crystal lattice is formed when the particles of solid, we take particles of solids and arrange them regularly in three-dimensional space. The structure that we'll get, that structure is known as space lattice, or this is called crystal lattice. Next, after this we have what is a unit cell. So when we are forming a crystal lattice or space lattice, there's one small part that only repeats again and again in different directions and we get a space lattice. That small part is known as unit cell. So actually when we have to study the structure of solid, we only study the unit cell in that because that only repeats itself again and again in all directions to form this complete crystal lattice or space lattice. Now to understand the space lattice and unit cell, I am taking up this structure. Just understand the structure very carefully. We are taking a big box. It's like a cube. And then further we are dividing it. So there's one partition we are taking vertically here. One partition we are taking horizontally here. After this, just see from the center, all these points we are dividing one vertical line here and one line here. So when we draw this structure, if you'll see it, one line is left here, these also we have to join. So when we see this structure carefully, this is actually a space lattice. At all these points there are particles. So after joining the particles only, we have got this kind of structure, that is a space lattice, by arranging the particles in a three-dimensional space. But if we see this structure carefully, what we'll see in the structure is this one part. See the one that I'm shading up here with this yellow color. See this part carefully. This is a unit cell. Now how come this is a unit cell? Because this only is repeating itself again and again in all directions and we're getting this complete space lattice. See this one box in front, there's one box behind this, one box on top of this, one behind that, one here and one behind this, one on the top of this and one behind this. Actually in this structure, how many unit cells are there? 8 unit cells are there. So this structure only, this yellow one only, we are repeating again and again in different directions and what we get is a space lattice. So this small part that forms a space lattice by repeating itself in different directions is known as a unit cell. So next point after this now is parameters of a unit cell. Now, what are the parameters of a unit cell? To know about the unit cell, it's not necessary every time we get a unit cell like this only. There are 3 lengths in a unit cell in 3 directions labeled as A, B and C. These are known as axial lengths. Axial lengths A, B and C. And then there are 3 angles also between these axial lengths denoted by alpha, beta and gamma. And these are called axial angles. Alpha, beta and gamma. So based on these axial lengths A, B and C and axial angles, these are actually the parameters of a unit cell. To see a unit cell, we'll take these parameters, and based on these parameters, we have 7 types of unit cells. How many types of unit cells are there? There are 7 types of unit cells based on the parameters of the unit cell. The 7 types of unit cells are cubic, tetragonal, third is orthorhombic, or simply known as rhombic also. The fourth one is hexagonal, fifth is rhombohedral, or also known as trigonal. This is also known as trigonal. Next is monoclinic, and seventh one is a triclinic unit cell. These are the 7 types of unit cells based on the parameters. Now parameters means, like I told you, the edge lengths and that is the axial lengths and the axial angles. In cubic unit cell, all the 3 sides A, B and C are equal to each other, and all the angles also are equal to each other and equal to 90 degree. While in tetragonal, A is equal to B, but B is not equal to C. First I am taking the axial lengths only. In orthorhombic, we have A equal to, not equal to B, not equal to C. In monoclinic structure, we have A not equal to B, B not equal to C. In triclinic also, A not equal to B, B not equal to C. In case of the hexagonal, we have A equal to B, B not equal to C. In rhombohedral, all 3 sides are equal to each other. Now come to the angles. In tetragonal also, all the angles are equal and they are equal to 90 degree. This is also equal to each other and equal to 90 degree. Now we are coming to the hexagonal. Here the 2 angles are equal to 90 degree, but gamma here is 120 degree. Rhombohedral, all the angles are equal except for gamma, which is not equal to 90 degree. They are equal but not equal to 90 degree. They are equal all the angles but not equal to 90 degree. In monoclinic, alpha is equal to gamma, equal to 90 degree but not equal to beta. In triclinic, all the 3 angles are not equal and not equal to 90 degree. So based on these parameters, axial lengths and axial angles, we have 7 type of unit cells. Actually, if we see the NCERT book or the NCERT exercise, we need to know only the parameters of monoclinic, hexagonal and the cubic unit cells. Now broadly, if we classify unit cells, which we need afterwards for the next topics, broadly classify the unit cells, then we have 2 type of unit cells: primitive and non-primitive unit cells. Now this classification is based on where particles are present in a unit cell. So based on position of particles, if we classify, then broadly we have 2 type of unit cells: primitive and non-primitive. Primitive unit cell is also called simple unit cell. Now what is a simple unit cell? Now for this, when we are drawing a unit cell, we are taking a cube always because it's easy for us to draw. This is a unit cell. If in this unit cell particles are present only at the corners of a unit cell. So remember, in a unit cell, like in a cube, how many corners are there? 8 corners are there. So if particles you find only at the corner of this unit cell, then this unit cell is known as primitive or simple unit cell. Actually, all these particles, they touch each other. But if we'll start drawing like these 4 front ones I'm drawing, it will be difficult to draw the 4 which are behind this, because we cannot draw the 3D structures here on a paper. So that is why we just separate the particles and then join them with a line, and we can understand that how these particles actually they are arranged. So actually these particles are touching each other. So simple unit cell is that in which particles are present only at the corner of a unit cell. While non-primitive unit cell is one where particles are at the corners, because there will be particles always at the corner of a unit cell, no matter which kind of unit cell we are doing. Particles will always be at corner plus at other points also. If we have, then that unit cell is known as non-primitive unit cell. Non-primitive unit cells further are of 3 types. First is a face-centered unit cell. Second is a body-centered unit cell. And third one is end-centered unit cell. In this chapter, we come across the simple face-centered and body-centered unit cell. End-center, we just need here to define it. Now, what is face-centered unit cell? A unit cell, like this is a unit cell, where particles are at the corners, 8 corners in a unit cell, remember? And plus they are also present at the center of faces of unit cell. In a unit cell, there are 6 phases. Like in a room, there are 4 walls. One is the floor and one is the roof. So front wall, and this is the behind wall. So when the particles in a unit cell are present at the corners plus at the centers of faces of a unit cell, then that unit cell is called face-centered unit cell. How many corners are there in a unit cell? 8. How many faces are there in a unit cell? 6 faces are there. Now what is a body-centered unit cell? A unit cell in which particles are present at the corners of a unit cell plus also present at the center of unit cell, just in the center here. If we see the particle here in the center, then that unit cell is known as body-centered unit cell. End-centered unit cell is one where particles are present at the corners, plus they are also present at the center of 2 opposite faces. Not at all the faces, just present at the center of 2 opposite faces. Then that unit cell is known as end-centered unit cell. So this is about what is a space lattice. Space lattice is actually made up of unit cell. Then what are the parameters of unit cell? Types of unit cells based on its parameters. Then broadly on the basis of position of particles, if we classify unit cell, there are 2 types of unit cells, primitive and non-primitive. Primitive is also known as simple unit cell, while non-primitive further has 3 types: face-centered, body-centered and end-centered cubic unit cells.